Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is my presentation. My name is Lestari Cahyani Putri. My NPM is 2022-0041. Okay, I will present about sentence structure that has been studied. Okay, we will talk about noun phrase. A noun phrase is a group of two or more words headed by a noun that includes modifier, the of them with her. And the example, all the friends. So, a noun phrase is a group of words that two or more words heading headed the modifier. So, what is the modifier? The modifier is a word, phrase, clause which modifies other word in a sentence. So, the modifier is a word that the function to modify the other word in a sentence. There are two types of modifier that called adjective and adverb. So the first, adjective modifier. Adjective modifier to modify the nouns. The example, a beautiful girl. The beautiful is to modify the word of girl. And the second, adverb modifier. Adverb modifier to modify the verb. In the example, walk slowly. In this example, slowly is to modify the word walk. Okay, and the next chapter is verb phrase. Verb phrase is a group of two of words that includes the main verb and its modifier, which are called auxiliary or helping verb. So the verb phrase is a group of words that they are the main verb and its modifier in the sentence. But in this verb phrase, the modifier is called auxiliary or helping verb. So the helping verb is form of to be, form of to have, and form of to do. In the form of to be, they are am, is, are, was, and were. So in form of to have, there have, has, and had. And last, form of to do, there are do, does, and did. And the example is, I do not know what channel that games is on. In this example, do not as auxiliary and the now and now is a main verb. And the second example, you have to do it. Have is as auxiliary and to do is main verb. And the last example, she has auxiliary, submitted has assignments. Has is auxiliary and submitted as the main verb. So in the verb phrase is as we know in the sentence there are must to include the main verb and the modifier as auxiliary and helping verb. Okay, and next adverbial phrase. An, an adverbial phrase is a group of words that function as an adverb that includes qualifier, to, very, so, and enough, and etc. An adverbial phrase is a group of words that have the function as an adverb so that includes the qualifier. So in this example, he drives extremely slowly. In this example, extremely as the adverb and slowly as the qualifier. And the second, every waitress should clean table quickly enough. In this example, quickly as adverb and enough is the qualifier. And the last chapter is prepositional phrase. A prepositional phrase is a group of words that consisting of a prepositional, its object, and any word that modifies the object. The prepositional phrase is a group in a sentence that consists of preposition that can be object or any word that modifies the object. But the prepositional phrase is have two kinds that called adverbial phrases and adjectival phrases. So in the example, they could not do anything during the storm. During the storm is to be adverb or to be object from the could not do anything. So the second example is I will not do that never in a million years. Okay, and I will explain about the result of article analysis in the title Reading Habit Among Students and its effect on academic performance, a study of students of Koforidua Polytechnic. In the introduction of the article, I have find 5 examples. So the first example is a strong weapon. In this example is include to noun phrase because strong is as the adjective modifier. Why this called adjective modifier? Because the strong is to modify the word of weapon. In the second example, this backdrop that has become necessary. So in this example, is include to verb phrase because has as auxiliary and become as main verb. Because as we know, in the verb phrase, that must be there the auxiliary and the main verb. So the third example, deliberate pattern of study which has entailed a form. In this example, has as auxiliary and entailed as main verb. The fourth example, reading habits is best formed at a young impressionable age in school. So this example is included to the adverbial phrase because at in school is to be the adverb from the sentence. And the last example is study to student toward understanding academic subject and passing at examinations. So in this sentence is include to the prepositional phrase because in this sentence, they are the preposition. There is and. So this called the prepositional phrase. So next, in this statement of the problem, there are 5 examples. The first, an excellent performance that equals to noun phrase because the excellent is the adverb modifier that to modify the performer's work. So the second, people do not show much interest in reading books. In this example, do not as auxiliary and so is the main verb because they include the verb phrase. And the third, the work was conducted to examine the reading habit that include to verb phrase because the was as the auxiliary and conducted as the main verb. And the fourth, at present, due to influence of the mass media, in this example is include to adverbial phrase because due to influence that is to be the adverb in this sentence. And the last, there is the need for the student to form good reading. In this example, is include the professional prepositional phrase because for the student is therefore as the preposition. Okay, next, the literary review in the article. The first sentence is reading practices voluntarily. In this sentence is included to the noun phrase because voluntary as adverb modifier because to modify the practices word. So the study was conducted 100 and this include to verb phrase because the was as auxiliary and the conduct as main verb. So the child has been taught to read. So in this sentence is the same equal to the verb phrase because the has been as the auxiliary and the taught as the main verb. So therefore, reading is academic activity that increases skill in reading strategies. So the adverbial in this sentence is equal to adverbial phrase because in reading strategies is to adverb the sentence. And the last, the association of appropriate meaning with them is equal to prepositional phrase because with them is equal to the preposition. And next, methodology in the article. In reading mainly this is include to noun phrase because mainly is a verb modifier because to modify the noun and headed by the reading. So the respondent were aware of noun in this sentence is included to verb phrase because were as an auxiliary and aware is a main verb. So who were not aware is included to verb phrase because were not is included is auxiliary and aware is main verb. And the fourth, a someone in the figure two in this sentence is adverbial phrase because in the figure two is to adverb the sentence as someone. And the last questionnaire was used for data collection is include to prepositional phrase because for is the preposition. So that include prepositional phrase. And the last conclusion. In the conclusion of the article, there are led to better academic performance. That is include to noun phrase because better is an adjective modifier that to modify the academic noun. And had to read a novel or fiction. This include the verb phrase because had not is auxiliary and read is main verb. So that read habit have effect of academic. It's include to verb phrase because have is an auxiliary and effect is a main verb. And the fourth, they will complement it by further research in the library is include to adverbial phrase because in the library is to be an adverb for the complement it by the future research. And the last, this will go a long way to inculcate reading habit into the student. So that called prepositional phrase because it too as the preposition. And maybe enough from me as the presentation. So thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.